Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. I've always loved art and I've always loved cars, so fusing the two together has always made a lot of sense to me. Hence my love for BMW art cars. I've always been fascinated by them. And the first opportunity I got in 2017, we actually did an art project on one of our own cars, which was the F87 M2. We wrapped it in white and then had it hand painted in collaboration with a clothing brand called Mar London and an artist called Aya Fahad. I absolutely loved that project. It was very controversial. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I absolutely loved it, and it's really cool that it did cause some conversation. Now we're 9 years on, and I've been meaning to do another project like this for a while. I did actually plan to do a similar project on our GP3 in 2020, had already spoken to an artist, but COVID put a stop to that because no one was able to travel. So it's taken me another 6 years to get to this point. And by looking behind me, you'll see that we have a G87, our one, behind us. And this is the car we're going to do the current art project on. So it seems like it's a running theme for us on M2s. This time, we are collaborating with Rae Roberts from America, who is a hyper-realistic painter who's been doing hand-painted art liveries on cars, especially BMWs. And it's also in collaboration with BMW M, because this car will be on BMW's M booth at Ultrace, and Rae will do some prep work here and she will finish off the art on the car at the show itself. You joined me the next day. Rae has flown in from Phoenix, Arizona, and she's got straight to work. But what I want to do is find out more about Rae herself and the inspiration for this project. So let's go and have a chat.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm so good.
How's the UK treating you?
It's so pretty here. I'm loving it. It's a little bit cold. Definitely a bit of a climate change for me.
Yeah, well, you are a desert girl.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you a few questions, mainly around what got you into art, where your love of BMW come from, and then maybe the inspiration for this particular project.
All right. I guess we'll start with, so I've been drawing and painting, making art, like literally since I could hold a pencil, my mom says. So that's her words, not mine. And I feel like I've just never really quit. And previous to doing this, I worked in the legal field. I really enjoyed my tenure in the legal field, but felt like this was something that made me way happier and gave me a lot more freedom, pretty much. So I resigned from my career doing that to do this full time and took a huge leap. And I'm extremely fortunate because through the trials and tribulations, it wound up working. And here I am getting to do cool stuff like this now.
Yeah, so you specialize in hyper-realistic paintings, which
Yes.
basically look like photographs. But how did you make the transition from a fine artist into doing hand-painted car liveries? Because they're very different.
Yeah, they're definitely super different things. But I think it's such a it was a dream of mine. Like I love cars in general. And it started with my own car, where in my head I thought about, you know, it was actually one painting that funded the purchase of my M3 all those years ago. And so I just kind of wanted to paint on the car to symbolize to me, like, hey, that's what paid for it. So I'm going to make it an art piece as well. And it was kind of an experiment too, because I didn't know if it would actually work or not. So I had the car wrapped and then went over it in acrylic, which is the same process that I'm using now. And it actually held up for 3 years. So with doing these, it feels so freeing in comparison to doing hyperrealism, which is pretty rigid, obviously. I have the ability to change compositions, but otherwise it's a very tedious process.
It's very exact and it has to be what it is. Whereas this
and you can kind of see where what I'm doing here, though it's different, like it's still very, very intentional, every little bit of it. So I think this is the perfectionist in me speaking, but I love being able to bring back the tradition of hand-painted liveries, but being able to work with modern technology like vinyl and PPF films so that it doesn't have to stay forever. And now you can change it.
So how do you feel about the kind of semi-temporary nature
I love
of
it
the art?
Because I feel like with it being temporary, I could do something and be in love with it today, but you know, 3 years down the line, I could look back at it and be like, oh, I should have done this differently. I should have done this differently. But now it can be pulled off and I could do something totally new again. So my acquired taste like changes, and I think it's a good representation of where I am in that exact moment, but that'll always change and kind of adapt over time.
Cool. And your love of BMW, where does that come from? Because that's part of the reason why we are working together.
I know.
Essentially because of our love of BMW. That's what's brought us together. So where did yours come from?
My first car was a super joint effort between my dad and my grandma. And it was a huge surprise. It was the first European car anybody in my family had ever had. And I fell in love with it. It was my complete pride and joy. I really fell in love with driving in that car and not just, you know, A to B driving. And it's always been BMW from that point on. I've learned the cars in and out. I've done engine rebuilds, like you name it. I've familiarized myself so well with the brand. And it's always just felt natural. It's felt cohesive.
And favorite M car?
Okay, cheater one, M1 Pro car.
Okay, and
production
one.
Probably the E92 M3, because I mean it's the car that
Okay, so this
have.
is a leading question. And so, what's your favorite M engine?
The S65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can't beat it. It's high revving NA V8 and with velocity stacks on it, like open velocity stacks. It sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
it's a great engine. I agree with you.
yeah.
And that leads me to the next question, which is, how did you come about sitting on the floor painting a matte grey M2 in the UK?
Well, you know, I was on my way home from another project and I got a text from one of our mutual friends at M, and he said, hey, would you want to do a project with you? And you had an idea to do an art car and you were looking for an artist. And we connected and really found common ground and said, let's do this. And so thank you for that.
No, thank you for coming over. But I'm excited to share a bit more about the process as we go through this video, where the idea came from, how it started, and where it's going to end up.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Thank you, Rae. You've got a lot of work to do, so I'm going to leave you to it.
Thank you so much.
You last joined us on Saturday. It is now Wednesday. We are leaving for Germany and Ultrace tomorrow. So as you can see, there's a lot more on the car. So we thought it'd be a good opportunity to speak to Rae and find out where the inspiration from this design came from initially and how it's ended up where it is. So I'll start by saying initially the design for this car was meant to be based on the CFD, which is the computational flow dynamics over the car of the body kit. And I even spoke to Alex at Alpha N and got the animation of the actual kit so we could see what was happening with the air. And the initial plan was to work around that.
Yeah, and it was a lot more abstract. It was a lot more simple, so it could be done faster. But when we took it to BMW M, they said it looked a little close to one of the art cars. And I think in execution it didn't, but the concept really did because of the airflow design. And so we decided to pivot and go in a totally different direction. And Imran sent me a picture.
Yeah, so I was actually just finished having dinner with my son and I was sitting in the car and this one. And then I looked in the door card and I just saw the pattern from the door card, which is the, it's okay, Matt can overlay it. It's a honeycomb that's pixelated and it had M colors. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to use this as inspiration? So I basically took a picture of it there and then and sent it to you.
Yeah, and WhatsApp. We decided to go away from the BMW M colors on this livery because I think Brooklyn gray is just such a muted tone and it's a lot of fun, especially on the white wheels. Like I wanted to do something that was a bit more modern. So we went with kind of a Vaporwave pattern, if you will, or color palette. Yeah. And it's been a lot of fun to bring this to life. You could see in the front, I did carry on some of the diamonds or the pixels to this side, but each side is actually different. So on that side, that's where I began with the pixels first and kind of just imagined everything else as I went along with it. So there's like 5 different designs.
Because the initial design sketches you did was just the pixels all over the car, different colors with some of the pixels missing. Yeah. And in my head, I was like, that's really cool. And I thought that's what it would be. But as you've been going along, you've been adding and the designs actually evolved. And I really like the fact that you can see from the front to the back, it's changed. Some of the colors have changed. And then on this side, you've just started with the pixels and then gone in a completely different direction.
Yeah. Yeah, this is also my first time ever doing gradients on a hand-painted livery, which has been a ton of fun. They brought me a brush that was like this wide, and it's this one. Telling me that this isn't the greatest brush you've ever seen for doing a gradient. But yeah, I've tried a lot of new things on this livery that I haven't really done before. This is a lot more abstract than I would normally do. Yeah. I typically base my work on geometric patterns, and I really love, like I said before, how all liveries used to be hand painted and now we're kind of able to do anything we want because of vinyl technology. So before we couldn't do gradients or we couldn't do this or that, and also we didn't have the time. Race cars had to be done like that. So I have all the time in the world to work on this.
you say that, but we're leaving tomorrow morning. We don't have too much time, and she has to complete the painting of the car in one day at the show.
One day.
So one full day to actually finish it. So you've done quite a lot already.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you know in your head how much time you're going to need to.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've got plenty of time. I'm good to go. This side, as you could tell, is definitely not finished yet. I was trying to do something fun here, but I think it's going to be a little...
I'm not sure about it.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm really looking forward to getting the car over to Dusseldorf, seeing it in the space that they've made for us, and seeing you finish it and everyone's reactions, because that's what it's going to be. And as a bonus, the car is actually going to stay in Munich for 2 weeks, and then it's going to be taken to Lake Como.
That's so awesome.
So yeah.
So appreciative of the opportunity, and it's been such a blast, really.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Rae's immediately going back to work because she doesn't have a huge amount of time. We will see you in Dusseldorf at Ultrace. As you can see, we did make it to Dusseldorf in one piece. I have to say the Ultrace show has been absolutely amazing, but obviously the highlight for me was getting the G87 here and allowing Rae to finish her work. So Rae, what's the experience been like?
It's been insane. I am so thankful that I've had this opportunity, thanks to Imran and also to BMW M. I'm so massively inspired by BMW's art cars, so being able to do my own version of an art car that's not a BMW art car, but still kinda, you know, it's just so surreal, truly. I feel like I've dreamt of this moment or something like this for so many years now. The whole creative process and getting to work with Imran, getting to know you and come up with something that I think suits you and the car that you've built.
Yeah, I mean, the inspiration from it, like, because we had one idea, it didn't quite work out, and just the spark of the inspiration from the inside of the door, it makes such a cool story.
Yeah.
And then you did the diamonds, and then the whole thing just evolved as you were going on. So you were basically freestyling it.
Yeah, I really was.
Turned out amazing.
Thank you so much.
We've affectionately named the car Vaporwave after the inspiration of the colors and the design. Want to thank BMW M, want to thank Ultrace, and of course, want to thank Rae.
Thank you guys. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please remember to smash that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. If you want to join the conversation, please drop a comment below and we'll try our best to respond to you. If you want to watch more of this project, you can do so over here. If you want to watch what YouTube thinks you might like from our other content, you can do so over here.